Oh. There you go.
Bye. Okay, we're leaving. Bye.
It's 7:30 on this
Official.
Tuesday
Thank
night.
you.
Tony P is heading down to the high heel race, but it means it's time to find out if you guys like it or not. I'm producer Chris. Tonight we are going to talk about everything from what are we going to talk about? Vertical videos, Washington sports fans, and saving some daylight. We'll get into all of that in just a minute. First, I need to let you know how you can join the conversation. I also need to make sure I have a mic on. Jim, do I? Do I have a mic on? All right, let's get into it. In the meantime, now I have a mic on. See, this is what we do over here. They come, they distract me in my own studio. But you see the graphic right there. If you're watching on YouTube, you can leave a comment in the chat. We'll read them a little later. If you're watching on our website or Fox Local on your phone, you want to join the Zoom room, we've got the link directly on my Instagram page, Fox 5 Producer Chris. Also, if you're watching on your connected TV, you just finished watching Jim, Marina, Angie, and Tony, you can scan that QR code or just punch in that meeting ID, 892-0982-4674. We'll check in with all our virtual co-hosts here in just a second. First, though, you may have just seen him. Vernon Miles, Fox 5 writer-producer, joining us now live. Thank you so much for helping us out tonight. How's it been?
I'm so excited to be here.
How long have you been an official employee at this point?
I'm coming up on 1 month.
One month,
yeah, I started at the very beginning of October, so this is it. Halloween,
flying right along.
Halloween month, perfect time to start.
That's right. What are you going to be this year?
So I have 2 costumes. One is for my wife and I. She's very pregnant, so she's doing Juno, and I'm the guy from Juno. I don't remember.
Michael Cera?
Yeah, Michael Cera's character.
Okay.
And then I've got a costume I'm going to wear in the studio on Friday.
Well,
so.
we're looking forward to that as well. Reminder, Good Day at 10, a big Halloween show as well. In the meantime, you ready to dive right in?
I'm so excited. Let's do it.
All right. Somewhere out there, Kevin McCarthy's head is exploding because we are starting off tonight talking about vertical videos, because not the usual Instagram pictures or the TikTok videos. Most people spend countless hours scrolling through. We are talking about about vertical movies that have started popping up on those platforms. The LA Times took a deep dive into the topic recently, even visited a movie set. They say the movies usually have wild storylines and titles like The Billionaire Married a Homeless Girl or Secret Life of a Mafia Sweetheart. Basically, they're modern-day soap operas boiled down into 3-minute clips that unfold over the course of 60 episodes. However, after 6 episodes, viewers usually run into a paywall, and that's how they make their money. Hollywood's major studios are now investing in these microdramas, which can generate billions of dollars a year. I mentioned Kevin McCarthy because we know he's a fan of IMAX, the biggest screen possible. He gets so mad when we talk about watching things on our phone, but that's kind of the direction we're going.
Yeah, and I will say, me too. I also get mad about stuff like that. Like, I got an iPad for like the big screen in the little version. But this one, I don't know. I mean, as much as the kind of soap opera format doesn't really appeal to me, I'd be interested to see what somebody could do with a vertical camera. Like, a lot of innovation throughout cinema history has involved, like, how do we take a new technology and do something fun with it? So I'd be interested to see like a Scorsese or somebody like that doing something, not a movie, but like a short film or something in vertical and seeing how that changes it.
Somewhere out there, do you remember right around the start of the pandemic, there was an app that was solely designed for these like short form videos.
No.
And I think, and like,
Is it Quibi?
Quibi. Yeah,
Quibi.
That's exactly what it
that
was.
it.
They must be so pissed off somewhere out there that they were just 5 years ahead of the game, and now all of a sudden people are coming back around to this. Christina is in the Zoom room. Christina, thanks so much for joining us. Have you watched any of these sort of sagas when they pop up on social media?
I watched it when it was on Quibi, that other app. I know Kevin Hart had a series on there called Die Hard.
Yeah.
And it was actually pretty funny.
Nice.
Yeah, and then he adapted it for, I think, Roku or something like that. So I'm open to it. I mean, I'm definitely a connoisseur of various TV shows and movies. So I mean, everything's on your phone now. So yeah, I'm open to it. Yeah, I like it.
Allison, do you like the idea of kind of, I mean, for lack of a better phrase, pandering to these short attention spans where you have these 3-minute like chapters? So now these like soap operas are more like a book. They just kind of engross you and get you to like watch one more.
No, I don't necessarily like that. I prefer that if I can get still, it's usually me being still for like 30 to 45 minutes. So that's too short of a time frame for me. I would like to see something longer.
Well, they're spread out over the course of 60 episodes at 3 minutes apiece. So, I'm no math major. David, how about you? Do you like the idea of sitting there and scrolling through these short episodes of vertical video that are now kind of in this serialized format?
No, I don't think so.
I'm not shocked.
Just like you said, they hook you with the first few, and then paywall you. I was watching Twisted Metal on Peacock, I think, and they gave you the first 2 episodes free, and I really wanted to see it, but then they stopped giving it to you after episode 2, and you had to get Peacock Plus, and I'm like, I'm not doing that, So, man, I just and the 3 minutes at a pop. That's too short of a time. Don't like it.
I do find this fascinating, and if someone like Annie Mae from the morning show was on here, I wouldn't be shocked, because I was talking about this with one of our directors here tonight, and we were talking about, do you remember there was that TikTok saga of the "Who the F Did I Marry?" And that woman posted, I don't even remember how many videos it was, but the entire internet was absolutely enthralled, and I'm sure some studio heads out there saw that and they said there's a market for that.
Well, look, credit to the original. I know the guy who made it's canceled, and I can't remember his name right now, but I'm remembering the Trapped in the Closet series back in early YouTube days, where it was again short videos that kept expanding and growing over time. So
this is the natural evolution of it, and I'm not shocked at all. Let's stay on our phones now, because a new report from the Wall Street Journal says CEOs are furious about employees texting during meetings. The CEO of Airbnb, one of them, told the publication too many people are zoning out, checking their phone or their computer. But he admits he is guilty of it as well. Meanwhile, the CEO of JP Morgan Chase even says if you have a computer or iPad out during a meeting, he will call you out and tell you to close it. Some companies are even considering hiding the Wi-Fi password from workers or levying fines against them. So, Vernon, banning employees from their phones during the workday. Do you like this?
I'm really torn on this, because on the one hand, I do think that kind of takes away from a meeting. I don't run meetings like that, but I do run D&D campaigns, and at the same time, people, if they're on their phones or on their laptops during that, it bothers me. But also, anything that annoys the CEO usually is something that I'm in favor of. So I'm really divided here.
Eat the rich over here, Vernon. And Allison, I remember back in the day, now obviously this was a everyone having a smartphone, but most people had a flip phone. I was working at a bar here in Washington, D.C., and they had a very strict no phone from the time you walked in there till the time you left, unless you were off the floor and on. Be back. Allison, can you hear me?
Hear you, yes.
Okay, perfect. We can hear you too.
Okay, so I used to work like that as well in a call center, because we had people's medical records and information, and we could not use our phone at all on the floor. So I definitely respect that and understand it. But I think there should be some extreme circumstances, like for you, Chris. I'm sure when your wife goes into labor, you're going to be like, you know what? I have to answer my phone at a certain time. So under those type of circumstances, that would be different.
Yeah. Hi, Angie Goff. Angie Goff just popped back in here. David, what do you think? Do you like the idea of, they've kind of set the culture, some of these companies, that you need to be available at any given second, and then all of a sudden they turn around and say, oh, you're too distracted.
I understand in a meeting, you don't want someone looking down and texting, you want the attention on whatever's being produced in the meeting. But yeah, outside, if you're salaried, then really you work anytime. Hours don't matter. So, answering work texts outside of standard business days is fair game. But yeah, if I'm running a meeting, I'd like people's attention there, unless it really has to be an exceptional circumstance of emergency, work-related, or personal emergency where you're texting in the middle of the meeting.
Yeah. All right. Special shout out, though, to the sweatshirt as well. Gozer, Marshmallow Man. We love our Ghostbusters around here. Absolutely.
Never seen it.
Gozer's House of Pud.
He's never seen Ghostbusters?
I've never seen Ghostbusters.
Yeah, thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Jim with the quick quick trigger finger. All right, let's head up north to Harvard now. All right, the Ivy League, because apparently the university is handing out too many A's. And this isn't according to like critics of the university. This is from their own Office of Undergraduate Education. A new report shows that roughly 60% of grades handed out to undergrads were an A. That's up from 40% a decade ago and less than a quarter 20 years ago. The school's top undergraduate office says the trend is eroding the school's academic culture. Now they're calling on faculty to restore the integrity of grading. So Vernon, cracking down on A's, making it harder to get or just not handing them out as often. Do you like this?
Yeah, I mean, I think it kind of depends. When you see something like that many A's, that means it's probably something like statistically going on. If all of those people really earned that grade, I don't think they should be graded more harshly, like based on the curve. But at the same time, this does signal like this is a statistical issue here, right? This means that something is going on that should probably be addressed. So,
Christina, I mean, you're shaking your head. What do you think?
Now, I'm working on my doctorate right now, and what happens is there's a rubric, right? And so if you meet the grades and the rubric for those assignments, then and they equal an A, you should get an A.
Yeah.
I don't think, I don't like this at all.
yeah.
I actually hate this.
Yeah, I mean,
because I actually am very, very particular about my grades. And if a teacher grades me an A minus, I need to understand why. Why wasn't it an A?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why did you give me A minus? So that bothers me. So no, I don't like this at all. If I earned it, give it to me.
Good luck on the doctor, by the way.
yes, yeah, very much so.
Thank you. Thank you
We
very
will be
much.
addressed. Let us know when we need to start addressing you as Dr. Sledge.
Oh, I will. That would be in my
Okay,
name right
that's
there.
what I love to
Dr.
hear.
Sledge.
Allison, what do you think?
Yeah, I just think it might not be so big of an issue. Like maybe there are that many people that are actually earning their grade. They might be working hard and doing it. So that's a possibility. We do have quite a few smart people in the world.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I don't feel like I see enough of them these days anymore. David, how about you?
Graduate of Harvard here, so let me lay some smoke
I
down
can't
on
believe
Harvard.
you waited this long to drop that. Most people I meet have mentioned it within the first 5 minutes.
Only if it's relevant, and it's relevant to this conversation. But I think Christina was starting off the right track with when they put out a rubric with the class syllabus, and you earn you earn certain points. A grade is a grade. You earn a certain level of grade.
That's fair.
Then there's the curve. If everyone's doing bad, or if everyone's doing bad, then it may be because of the teacher, less so the material, and so you can kind of stagger up your grades with a curve. But you have to recognize that there is grade inflation out there, particularly but including places at Harvard where everyone arrives and you kind of expect them to be a superstar. So GPAs, if you're looking at GPAs, you should take that with a grain of salt. Class rank is at least just as important to be considered.
Okay.
That sounds like
Get
Harvard,
puffed,
man.
stay puffed at the House of Puffed.
Yes, exactly. The house of puffed. We're going to make sure Vernon sees that, all right? It's perfect, especially this time of year. If Dan Grudovich was still here, he would be shaking his head in disgust. All right, Halloween right around the corner, but so is something else, and I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news if this isn't your thing, but just a reminder, daylight saving time begins this weekend. That means the clocks will fall back an hour on Sunday. It also means for us here on the East Coast, the sun will set at like 5 p.m. on Sunday. While many of us plan on getting an extra hour of sleep, we know how Jim feels about it. A new study out of Stanford, another elite university, finds switching back and forth is the worst option for our health. Instead, the study suggests sticking to standard time permanently because it aligns more with the sun and human biology. So Vernon, falling back an hour, do you like it or do you not?
I'm no Harvard man or Stanford man in this case, but I absolutely agree that I feel like we need to get rid of the daylight savings time stuff. It is an antiquated thing. This goes back to like the 1700s when it was all about crop rotations and stuff like that. And I feel like it's completely pointless. It's antiquated. There's no reason for us to still be using this. It's insane.
Okay. All right. That's one opinion. Allison, how about you? Are you a fan of the early sunsets?
I am because I'm actually a hibernator. So when it gets cold, I like to be in the house. So when it gets darker earlier, it makes me think like, okay, it's time to wind it down and lay down and rest.
Yeah.
And then also the world gets a little quieter. All the kids running around outside making noise. It's like we get quieter, quicker. And then we have something to look forward to in the spring because, it gets sunlight earlier. So I like it.
Okay, she wants to keep it. Freddie in the Lion Zoom room tonight. Freddie, do you like the early sunsets? Do you like falling back an hour?
You guys hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can.
Okay, so let me tell you something. At 4, when it's like 5 o'clock, I'd rather just like probably get sleep. Even if it's like pretty nighttime and early at 5 o'clock, I'd rather just sleep in. And but I still want to come to you guys for like it or not.
Yeah, darn right. You better. You better. David,
But,
how?
at 8 o'clock, I'll go to bed after the show.
All right. David's on like mountain time, right? Are you one of those? I don't even remember. What states don't even practice this still?
Arizona. My
Arizona,
wife loves Arizona. They don't do daylight savings.
Yeah. Do you like it? Do you like falling back an hour?
I do like falling back an hour. I think for the sleep, but man, it's just look, when it's dark so early. I'm solar powered myself. I like the sunlight, and
Okay.
so when it's dark early, it's hard to adjust to. Europe is worse. They're at northern latitudes, and man, you can get in. You can get there in the month of January one time in France. There were 25 hours of sunlight in a 31-day month.
Yeah, that's
That is depressing.
I remember watching the sunset. I was there. I was in Paris in June, and they like put the light on top of the Eiffel Tower, and I remember it was like 10 p.m. when the sun was going down. Christina, how about you? You get final say on this one.
Like I like having the extra daylight when we have to fall back, but I don't like switching back and forth. I do think it messes with my body and
Thank you.
sleeping. Yeah, that part I don't like. I do like when, like Allison said, looking forward to the spring, and then we have longer days. So yeah, I'm a little torn on this one. I like it and I don't like it. So I'm both.
As a former morning show early riser, I loved when we fell back and those early sunsets because it made me feel less guilty about going to bed really, really early. On the other hand, I do think we need to have like Halloween lights, Thanksgiving lights, Christmas lights to just like make things a little like,
That's true.
Because it can get a little depressing. You've heard the SAD, seasonal affective disorder, and I think it can definitely hit when people have a lack of sunlight. So those little things make it just a little bit nicer. You guys can keep weighing in on these topics, all of them over on our YouTube channel. We will check those comments coming up here in just a second. Coming up next, though, we're going to talk about the NBA star throwing some shade at Washington sports fans. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Do You Like It or Not on this Tuesday night. I honestly think that Jim, Angie, Marina should all crash this studio every Tuesday night when Tony P's here. It's nice to have some company, if I'm being honest with you. In the meantime, this is the point of the show where we like to check the YouTube comments. Right now, we've got Ryan saying nice. I appreciate that. I'm not sure necessarily what it was in reference to. Valen says, I hate falling back an hour. Yeah, I know a lot of people probably agree with you. We were a little split here on Do You Like It or Not in the Lion Zoom room. And Silver Bubble says, I agree there are very intelligent people in the world. However, one of them is not definitely sitting in the White House right now. All right, well, I appreciate you sharing your opinions here on Do You Like It or Not, because that's what we ask you to do regardless of what we are talking about. In the meantime, let's dive into our next topic. Vernon's still here, and we are talking about one of your favorites, I imagine, Justin Bieber. That's the face I was going for. He is getting candid about what cheating constitutes in his relationship. In fact, when it comes to staying faithful in a relationship. During a recent Twitch stream, the pop star revealed that he feels even fantasizing about a woman who you are not with is a major breach of trust and faith. Online users had a lot to say on the topic, with some saying that not everybody had the self-control to regulate their lustful thoughts. So, the idea that thinking equals cheating. Do you agree with Bieber or not?
Well, I'm on like the opposite end of the spectrum. Like my wife and I are open, and so it's like, I don't have any of those, like, that possessive feel to it. Okay. Like, I don't know, that's never really vibed with me. I don't really get that.
I'll be honest, I think that's might be more unique necessarily than what Bieber thinks.
Fair.
I mean, I have understood the feelings of jealousy before. Christina, what about you? What do you think? I know Justin has really like leaned into his faith lately, so this might be that sort of idea of like coveting. And that's what he's referring to.
Yeah, I think it's more from a religious standpoint that he's thinking of it. And, if your thoughts are impure, then that's not a good thing. So I get that. It's kind of, it's a slippery slope because, if you act on it, then obviously that's cheating, right? Mm-hmm. But then there's also emotional cheating. So it's just, there's all kinds of gray areas. So I wouldn't say it's cheating, but I definitely say it's in a dangerous area. So just be careful. That's what I would say. Be careful.
Definitely.
I don't say it's cheating, but be careful with it.
So Allison, I'm curious what you think, especially, in Bieber's world. I mean, I think it's safe to say that, in this. Okay, let me just put it this way. So I imagine if it was my own partner and it was someone they knew that they were fantasizing about, it would be a lot different to me than if it was like a celebrity like Justin Bieber that they were fantasizing about, because they're never going to meet Justin Bieber. It's never going to happen versus somebody they might know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you on that point, Chris, because again, if it's somebody what if you do want to act on it? And people sometimes would love to destroy relationships if they see that you have some type of commitment. So how do you know that other person might be trying to snake in because they know you're trying to think about them? So it depends on the situation and the relationship, because it could be a situation where, like with me, I'm a very open person. Like I've dated people and been like, hey, look at her, she's cute. Oh, look. And it's not a big deal because I'm secure within myself and I know what I can hold and if I care whether or not if he wonders. So it all depends on the relationship.
The only time this comes up for my wife and I, the only time there's any kind of jealousy like that is if I'm like, oh, that person's cute, and they're also a redhead, because my wife is a redhead. That's the one thing where she'll be like, excuse me?
Yeah, there you go. All right. We're going to move on. We're going to talk a little sports now. I teased this before the break. It's for all the Washington sports fans out there, especially Wizards fans, because former Wizard turned Pelican Jordan Poole seemed to throw a little shade at DC basketball fans when he was asked about his new team's home crowd. Take a listen.
I loved it. Oh my God, I loved it. I went back and I told all my people, like, it feels so good to be in an environment where the fans are engaged. And you can feel the electricity in there. You can feel the positive energy. You can feel the fans chanting. Like the last 2 years, like dead in there. It was dead in Capital One. But I mean, this is up there right now. Obviously, it's just the first game, and we want to see how the season goes, and hopefully our fan base can just keep supporting us, and keep building into this team because I feel like we're pretty special.
Now, in Jordan Poole's defense, the Wizards, not good, all right? I know I've thrown some shade towards them myself, but just listen to this. Their record last year, 18-64. The year before that, it was 15-67. So, that being said, calling out the fans, do you like this or not?
I kind of like it. That's complete honesty, right? Like that's more of a Wizards problem than it is a DC fans problem. I was just cutting up a video earlier of like a bunch of little kids talk about the Commanders, and these are like little kids, and they're like Jaden Daniels and all that stuff. So yeah, that's just the Wizards, man.
Ryan's in the Lion Zoom room tonight. Ryan, I believe you are a native Washington area person, right?
I am, and I've had season tickets for the Wizards a couple of times, and let me tell you, people get more excited about the Chipotle burrito drop than they do about people go crazy for the T-shirts, for the burritos, but when the team's on, nobody cares.
Yeah, I'm not shocked by that in any way, shape, or form. Christina, how about you? Are you a Wizards fan, A, and B, is it a fair thing to call them out?
No, I'm not a Wizards fan. I'm a Knicks in Brooklyn.
There you go.
Nets fan. I'm from Brooklyn. I get it though. I know. I mean, as a player, I probably would feel a little deflated that the fans aren't cheering the home team on. But then look at the record. Like you said, they're probably not coming out as much because they just don't have a good team or a good record. So. I get it, yeah, and sometimes the fans are the 6 men, I think.
Yeah.
So it just depends on the team. I think if you have a really good city, really good team, it hypes up the players too. So without that, you probably felt, this is dreary. So I get it. Yeah, I guess I like it. I get his point of view.
I get it. David, what is the responsibility of the fans when a team is losing? Should they be in there still cheering them on, or should they be in there booing the hell out of them?
The short answer, both are acceptable. Hold your team accountable, but be there and be passionate. The model fans, I'm a New Yorker, but the model fans are Red Sox fans before 2004. Yep. They were fiery, passionate about their team for years and years of losing seasons and heartbreak. They stuck by their team. They were loyal. They were out there for the games, and it eventually paid off for them after generations of losing.
Yeah, it was definitely worth the wait in that sense. I would say that Philadelphia fans equally as passionate for their players, depending on the sport. But it's rare to see a packed baseball stadium on a random Tuesday night, and Phillies fans will be out there supporting it. And obviously they had a good team, a bad end to the season, but they will also let those players know whether they are disappointing them. And I think that's I love it. I love some healthy jawing between players and the fans. Keep it respectful, though. No crossing any boundaries.
I feel like that also makes it, when they're really excited, that makes it more genuine. When you 100%. Have teams and times when it's like not really feeling it in the crowd, that makes it more meaningful when they are hyped.
I agree. All right. Thank you to everyone who joined us in the Lions Zoom room tonight. Thank you to Vernon for joining us once again, taking Tony P's place, because just a reminder, Tony P going to be down at the high heel race. We were going to carry it live right here on Fox Local and Fox 5 DC's YouTube page tonight at 9 o'clock on the Live Zone primetime. So I hope to see you guys there. For producer Jim, I'm producer Chris. Have a great night. We'll see you back here at 7:30 for more Do You Like It or Not tomorrow. Have a great night.
Big heels to fill.